Hundreds of smaller replicas of the Statue of Liberty have been created worldwide. France, Paris, Jardin du Luxembourg. The first statue stands in the Jardin du Luxembourg. An information panel on the pedestal claims that it is a bronze model used by Bartholdi as part of the preparatory work for the New York statue. The artist offered it to the Luxembourg Museum in 1900 and it was placed in the park in 1906. The date written on this statue's tablet is 15 November 1889, the date at which the larger Parisian replica was inaugurated. Pont de Grenelle. A second Statue of Liberty in Paris is near the Grenelle Bridge on the Aile aux Chiens, a man-made island in the Seine, 11.50 meters high. Inaugurated on July 4, 1889, it looks southwest, downriver along the Seine. Its tablet bears two dates, 4 Juillet 1776 like the New York statue, and 14 Juillet 1789. This statue is shown in the movie National Treasure, Book of Secrets as one of the historic locations. Musée Copyright des Arts et Marts Copyrightiers, the original plaster, the first maquette finished in 1878 by Auguste Bartholdi, that was used to make the statue in New York is in the Musée Copyright des Arts et Marts Copyrightiers in Paris. This original plaster was bequeathed by the artist's widow in 1907, together with part of the artist's estate. On the square outside the Musée Copyright des Arts et Marts Copyrightiers a Euro unregistered trademark S entrance is a bronze made from this plaster, number 1 from an original edition of 12, made by the museum and cast by Sus Fond de Paris. Flame of Liberty, a life-size copy of the torch, Flame of Liberty, can be seen above the entrance to the Pont de la Mer tunnel near the Champs Épernay Copyrights in Paris. It was given to the city as a return gift in honor of the centennial celebration of the statue's dedication. Since it is above the Pont de la Mer tunnel in which Princess Diana died, the torch became an unofficial memorial to the princess. Burentin, there is a replica in the northwest of France, in the small town of Burentin near Rouen. It was made for a French movie, Le Serviette, directed by Gare copyright Rad Ori and featuring actors Jean-Paul Belmondo and Bourvil. Bordeaux, another replica is the Bordeaux Statue of Liberty. This 2.5 am statue is in the city of Bordeaux. The first Bordeaux statue was seized and melted down by the Nazis in World War II. The statue was replaced in 2000 and a plaque was added to commemorate the victims of the September 11 terrorist attacks. On the night of March 25, 2003, unknown vandals poured red paint and gasoline on the replica and set it on fire. The vandals also cracked the pedestal of the plaque. The mayor of Bordeaux, former Prime Minister Alain Juppé copyright, condemned the attack. Coma, a 12 am replica of the Statue of Liberty in Coma, the city of Bartholdi's birth, was dedicated on July 4, 2004, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his death. It stands at the north entrance of the city. The Bartholdi Museum in Coma contains numerous models of various sizes made by Bartholdi during the process of designing the statue. Saint-Césaire-Mer, Fra copyright Dow copyright Rick Bartholdi donated a copy of the Statue of Liberty to the town square of Saint-Césaire-Mer. Other French cities, other Liberty enlightening the world statues are displayed in Poitiers and Lunel. The Musée Copyright des Beaux-Arts de Lyon owns a terracotta version. Another example is of a Liberty enlightening the world replica in Car Saint-Enouf-la-Forêt, near the city of Limoges in the area of Haute-Van, Limousin. There is another original Bartholdi replica at Roybon, other European countries, Austria, in Minimundus, a miniature park located at the Watt Paragraph Rithersee in Carinthia, Austria, is another replica of the Statue of Liberty. Germany. A 35 am copy is in the German Heidepark Soltau theme park, located on a lake with cruising Mississippi steamboats. It weighs 28 metric tons, is made of plastic foam on a steel frame with polyester cladding, and was designed by the Dutch artist Gillespie. Kosovo, a replica stands atop the Hotel Victory in Pristina, Kosovo. Norway. A smaller replica is in the Norwegian village of Isens, where the copper used in the original statue was mined. A replica is also on the facade of a pub in Bliec, County of Nordland, Spain, In 1897 a 123 cm replica in iron and bronze was erected in Cenicero, Spain, to honor local fighters during the First Carlist War. In 1936 it was removed during the dictatorship of Francisco Franco. It was restored in 1976. The Rosendares Public Library in Barcelona has in its entrance a 2M replica from 1894. She welcomes visitors to the library, which is devoted to the labor movement, anarchism, and Freemasonry. Cadacqua Copyright S, a small village that was residence of Salvador Dali, has an unusual version, with both hands up. It is on top of a small tourism information office. Ukraine, there is one unique sitting Statue of Liberty in Ukrainian city of Lviv. It is a sculpture on a dome of a house built by architect Yuri Zakharvik and decorated by sculptor Lendro Marconi in 1874 to 1891. United Kingdom, a 17-foot, 9,000 kilograms replica stood atop the Liberty Shoe Factory in Leicester, England, until 2002 when the building was demolished. The statue was put into storage while the building was replaced. The statue, which dates back to the 1920s, was initially going to be put back on the replacement building, but was too heavy, so in December 2008 following restoration, it was placed on a pedestal near Liberty Park halls of residence on a traffic island close to where it stood originally. A 10-foot-high replica is in the stairwell of a bowling alley building in Warrington, England. It used to be above the entrance of a restaurant nearby. There is also a small replica located at RAF Lakenheath, England, at the base Flag Plaza, made from leftover copper from the original. Ireland, a green-painted replica of the Statue of Liberty can be found near Mullinamore, County Donegal, Ireland. North America, Mexico, in Campeche, Mexico, there is a small replica in the small town of Palizada. United States. From 1902 to 2002, visitors to Midtown Manhattan were occasionally disoriented by what seemed to be an impossibly nearby view of the statue. They were seeing a 30-foot-high replica located at 43 West 64th Street atop the Liberty Warehouse. In February 2002, the statue was removed by the building's owners to allow the building to be expanded. It was donated to the Brooklyn Museum of Art, which installed it in its sculpture garden in October 2005 with plans to restore it on site in spring of 2006. A bronze sculpture of the Statue of Liberty is on display in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. An unusual near replica fashioned by the Garden City, Idaho, Art Gallery Woman of Steel tours the USA. Entitled Liberty Let's Roll in homage to the actions of Todd Beamer on United Airlines Flight 93 on September 11, this Miss Liberty is vigorously kicking out her right foot sideways. The derivative has been sailed around the original. Duluth, Minnesota, has a small copy on the south corner of the Duluth Entertainment Convention Center property, in the center of a clearing surrounded by pine trees where it may be passed unnoticed. It was presented to the city by some of Buff Oldie's descendants residing in Duluth, and also one in Bozeman, Montana. The Boy Scouts of America celebrated their 40th anniversary in 1950 with a theme of Strength and the Arm of Liberty. Between 1949 and 1952, approximately 200 100-inch replicas of the statue, made of stamped copper, were purchased by Boy Scout troops and donated in 39 states in the U.S. and several of its possessions and territories. The project was the brainchild of Kansas City businessman J.P. Whitaker, who was then Scout Commissioner of the Kansas City Area Council. The copper statues were manufactured by Friedli Vosch Art Company and purchased through the Kansas City Boy Scout office by those wanting one. The statues are approximately 8'1" or 2 feet tall without the base, are constructed of sheet copper, weigh 290 pounds, and originally cost $350 plus freight. The mass-produced statues are not great art nor meticulously accurate, but they are cherished, particularly since 9/11. Many have been lost or destroyed, but preservationists have been able to account for about 100 of them, and BSA Troop 101 of Cheyenne, Wyoming, has collected photographs of over 100 of them. A replica of the original statue was unveiled on October 12, 2011, at 667 Madison Avenue in Manhattan. Its owner, billionaire Leonard N. Stern, purchased it after reading about it in the local news. The replica is one of only 12 cast from the original mold created by Fra copyright Dow copyright Rick or Gus Bartholdi using digital surface scanning and glossed wax casting methods, and is the only one currently on public display. The statue itself is 9 feet tall and 15 feet including the pedestal on which it stands. There is a half-size replica at the New York Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. In April 2011, the U.S. Postal Service announced that 3 billion postage stamps mistakenly based on a photograph of this replica were produced and would be sold to the public. In November 2013, the statue's sculptor, Robert Davidson, filed a copyright infringement suit against the U.S. government. Another smaller replica stands in Las Vegas, on West Sahara Avenue. The pedestal once housed a local business, Statue of Liberty Pizza. Today it advertises Liberty Tax Service, a tax preparation firm. The city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, erected a replacement bronze reproduction standing 9 ft tall in McKinnon Park atop the original pedestal of a long-vanished wooden replica. A 36-foot tall bronze replica, accurately based on Bartholdi's Liberty Enlightening the World, stands in Vestavia Hills, a suburb of Birmingham, Alabama. It was cast in 1956 at the Socher copyrighter Antoine Duran Foundry in Somerville Haute Marne, France, for placement in 1958 atop the Liberty National Life Insurance Company building in downtown Birmingham. It was relocated and placed on a 60-foot tall granite pedestal adjacent to Interstate 459 in 1989. Two 30-foot copper replicas stand atop the Liberty National Bank building in Buffalo, New York, nearly 108 am above street level. A 25-foot tall replica sits on the ruins of the late Marisva Bridge, in the Dauphin Narrows of Susquehanna River north of Harrisburg. The replica was built by a local activist Gene Stilp on July 2, 1986. It was made of Venetian blinds and stood 18 feet tall. 6 years later, after it was destroyed in a windstorm, it was rebuilt by Stilp and other local citizens, of wood, metal, glass and fiberglass, to a height of 25 feet. A Lego replica of the Statue of Liberty consisting of 2882 bricks and standing 0.9 am is a popular sculpture among Lego enthusiasts. The statue went out of production, but due to popular demand was returned to sale. A much larger replica built entirely in Legos can be seen in Legoland Billund. A smaller version of the Billund model is on display at the Legoland California amusement park. An 11-foot miniature Statue of Liberty currently stands atop a 15-foot pedestal outside the Liberty Recycling Plant in San Marcos, California. The company was named after the statue, which has been moved throughout northern San Diego County for over 80 years, originating at the Liberty Hotel in Leucadia, in the 1920s. A 25-foot replica of the statue, lofting a Christian cross, holding the Ten Commandments, and named the Statue of Liberation Through Christ, was erected by a predominantly African-American church in Memphis, Tennessee, on July 4, 2006. A small replica stands on the grounds of the Cherokee Capitol Building in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, a gift from the local Boy Scouts in 1950. There is a 6-foot-tall replica in Lebanon, Tennessee, near the southwest corner of the intersection of East Main Street and South College Street. Fargo, North Dakota, also has a replica of the Statue of Liberty on the corner of Main Avenue and 2nd Street at the entrance of the Main Avenue Bridge. There is a small replica in the Bronx on 161 Street and River Avenue, 1 block east of Yankee Stadium, on the roof of a building behind a McDonald's parking lot, advertising an optometrist's office. The Kansas State Capitol in Topeka, Kansas, has a replica of the Statue of Liberty. Called the Gateway Colossus, a perfect replica of the Statue of Liberty's crown was installed October 11, 2012, on the roof of the Exile Brewing Company in the Western Gateway area of downtown Des Moines, Iowa. It is about a block south-southwest from the Papa John Sculpture Garden, a centerpiece of the Western Gateway. The Colossus is lit up at night and is a visible addition to the Des Moines skyline from the vantage point of the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge to the southwest of downtown. It is not a visible portion of the skyline, however, from the more iconic south/southeast views. There is a replica on the shoreline of Lake Shawinigan, Webster, Massachusetts. In order to promote the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium, the City of New York has 42 different 8.6" Statue of Liberty replicas, each in a different location in the city. Each is uniquely designed with different team colors and logos, along with several having the All-Star Game logo or different New York landmarks. This is similar to what was done with the cows in Chicago, the fish in Baltimore, the angels in Los Angeles, and the Mr. Potato Heads in the state of Rhode Island. 9-inch replicas can be bought of the larger replicas. There is a small replica in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. It's in the Freedom Corner of Kappaha Park, Broadway and West End Boulevard. There is one on Orkey Beach, in Seattle, Washington. There is a replica in front of Washington Regional Medical Center in Fayetteville, Arkansas. There is one in front of the old Sioux City, Iowa Auditorium. Another replica stands alongside the Jefferson County, Iowa Courthouse in Fairfield, Iowa. A replica stands in a roadway park on Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida. A small replica stands atop a pedestal in Dalton, Georgia on Walnut Avenue. A 1/6 scale replica stands in a parking lot of a strip mall in Milwaukee, Oregon, off McClellan Boulevard at 4255 Southeast Road Road. There is a small replica across from City Hall in Medford, Oregon. A small replica welcomes all eastbound travelers on US 80 entering Forney, Texas. A small replica welcomes residents, visitors and business people alike in downtown Neenah, Wisconsin. A small replica welcomes residents and visitors to Waukegan City Hall, aka the Daniel Drew Municipal Complex, in downtown Waukegan, Illinois. A small replica is displayed in front of the St. Joseph County Courthouse in South Bend, Indiana. A scaled-down replica of the original torch serves as part of the finale during the American Adventure attraction at Epcot. A small replica adorns one corner of Washington Park in the city of Burns, Oregon. A small replica stands on Deer Isle, Maine. A small replica stands in front of the El Monte City Hall in El Monte, California. A small replica stands on a former bridge piling in the Susquehanna River north of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. A small replica stands on the north side of Main Street in Gun Barrel City, Texas. South America, Argentina. In Buenos Aires there is a small iron replica in Barrancas de Belgrano Square, cast by Bartholdi from the same mold as those cast in Paris, that was acquired by the city in the 1910s. Brazil. In Bangu, Rio de Janeiro exists a nickel replica made by Bartholdi in 1899. Bartholdi was commissioned by José Copyright Baranjos, Baron of Rio Branco to make a replica in order to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Republic of Brazil. Until 1940, the statue was Baranjos' family property. In 1940 the statue was passed to Guaynabo Estate. In January 20, 1964 Carlos Leicester, governor of Guaynabo Estate, placed the statue in Miami Square, Bangu. 22.85661 a degree S 43.492577 a degree W / minus 22.85661. Minus 43.492577, a small-scale cast metal replica can be found in Maceió Cubed, the capital of Alagoas State, in northeast Brazil. The replica is in front of a building constructed in 1869 as the seat of the Conselho Provincial, and which today is the Museu da Imagem do Som de Alagoas. This replica is very possibly a casting produced by the Fundia Picavolt Pound au Valdosen in France, as in the Prosectional Avenir Machado on the opposite side of the museum. There are 4 somewhat larger than life-size cast metal statues of wild animals, at least one of which is embossed with the name of the foundry. These castings and the replica all appear to be made of similar material and to be of similar age. It is also very probable that they are near contemporaries of the actual Statue of Liberty. 9.672856 a degree S 35.722311 a degree W / minus 9.672856 minus 35.722311 A large modern replica stands in front of the New York City Center, a shopping center constructed in 1999 in Barra da Tijuca in the state of Rio de Janeiro. 22.999283 a degree S 43.360481 a degree W / minus 22.999283 minus 43.360481. The Havan department store chain has replicas in many of their stores. The largest one of these, 57 meters tall, is allegedly in the Barra Velha Branca, in the state of Santa Catarina. 26.635870 a degree S 48.698708 a degree W / minus 26.635870 minus 48.698708 There is another large replica, the parking area of a Havan department store on the outskirts of Curitiba, in the state of Paraná, opened in 2025.463991 a degree S 49.252166 a degree W / minus 25.463991 minus 49.252166. Also, there is a small replica of the statue in Bila Copyright M, in front of a Bila Copyright M Importado store, near the city's port. Ecuador, in Guayaquil, a little replica gives the name of New York to a neighborhood in the Valle Alto area. Peru, in Lima, the New York casino in the Giza Esmara district has a small replica in the main entrance. The casino is a tribute to the state of New York and the USA. Asia, India. A small replica can be found in Vardhaman Fantasy, an amusement park in Mumbai, along with other 6 wonders of the world. Malaysia, a large replica can be found in Genting Highlands in the state of Pahang. China, Guangzhou, set on top of the memorial tomb of 72 martyrs of Huangguogang. The current one was rebuilt in 1981. Beijing, during the Tiananmen Square protest of 1989, Chinese student demonstrators in Beijing built a 10M image called the Goddess of Democracy, which sculptor Cao Tsingyuan said was intentionally dissimilar to the Statue of Liberty to avoid being too openly pro-American. Shenzhen, a replica can be found in Window of the World Park. Israel. A 15-foot-high replica of the Statue of Liberty is at the western entrance of the village of Araba in Israel, near a local restaurant. At a highway intersection in Jerusalem called New York Square, there is an abstract skeletal replica of the statue. Japan, the French Statue of Liberty came to Odaiba, the beach area of Tokyo, from April 1998 to May 1999 in commemoration of the French Year in Japan. Because of its popularity, in 2000 a replica of the French Statue of Liberty was erected at the same place. Also in Japan, a small Statue of Liberty is in the Amerikamura shopping district in Osaka, Japan. Another replica is near the town of Shimoda south of Mizuwa, where the United States has an 8,000-person U.S. Air Force base. A replica of the Statue of Liberty in Ishinomaki, Miyagi Prefecture, was damaged by the March 11, 2011, tsunami. Pakistan, there is a replica of Statue of Liberty in Barrier Town, Lahore, Philippines. Camp John Hay, a former U.S. military station in Baguio City, has a small replica of the statue near the amphitheater. Taiwan, there are at least 2 Statue of Liberty replicas in Taiwan. These 2 statues are in the cities of Keelung and Taipei. Vietnam, from 1887 to 1945, Hanoi was home to another copy of the statue. Measuring 2.85 am tall, it was erected by the French colonial government after being sent from France for an exhibition. It was known to locals unaware of its history as Thai degree a pound ng bar section mxa squared e. When the French lost control of French Indochina during World War II, the statue was toppled on August 1, 1945, after being deemed a vestige of the colonial government along with other statues erected by the French. Australia. A 30-foot replica can also be seen at the Westfield Marion shopping complex in Adelaide, South Australia. References External links: Replica Statue of Liberty search, quick view of Statue of Liberty.